How wacky is that? Hey there, science fans, welcome to StarFacts' new video. Today we're diving into the wild world of mercury. You know, that shiny, silvery stuff that's actually a liquid at room temperature? That's right, a liquid metal. Most metals, like iron or gold, are solid at room temperature. So what makes mercury so special? Let's find out. Mercury's wacky properties have fascinated people for centuries. It's like something out of a science fiction movie. Imagine a metal that flows and shimmers like water. That's mercury for you. It's so unusual that it even gets a special name. It's called a transition metal. How cool is that? But there's a scientific reason behind mercury's unique behavior. It all comes down to its atoms and how they interact with each other. So buckle up, because we're about to take a trip into the microscopic world of atoms to understand why mercury is the way it is. Get ready for some atomic adventures. Okay, science crew, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Why is mercury a liquid at room temperature? It all boils down to its atomic structure and something called metallic bonding. Atoms are like tiny building blocks that make up everything around us. In metals, these atoms share their outermost electrons with each other. It's like a big electron-sharing party. This sharing creates a strong force that holds the metal atoms together. We call this force metallic bonding. But here's the thing about mercury, its atoms are kind of like loners at the atomic party. They don't share their electrons as easily as other metals. This weak sharing creates a weaker metallic bond. Think of it like this. Imagine a group of friends holding hands. If they're holding hands tightly, they're less likely to move around. But if they're holding hands loosely, they can easily slide past each other. That's kind of what's happening with mercury's atoms. Because the bonds between mercury atoms are weaker, they can move around more freely. This freedom of movement makes mercury a liquid at room temperature. Pretty neat, huh? Mercury has been a source of fascination for humans for a long time. Ancient civilizations were amazed by this liquid metal and found all sorts of uses for it. The ancient Egyptians, for example, used mercury in their tombs. They believed it helped guide souls to the afterlife. Talk about a mystical metal. The ancient Greeks and Romans also used mercury. They used it in medicines and even cosmetics. Can you imagine putting mercury on your face? Yikes! Little did they know back then that mercury could be harmful. For centuries, people used mercury without fully understanding its potential dangers. Today, we know a lot more about mercury and how to handle it safely. Mercury Today. Now, we don't use mercury as much as we used to, and for good reason. It can be toxic. But it still has some important applications. You might be familiar with mercury thermometers. That shiny silver liquid inside is mercury. When the temperature rises, the mercury expands and climbs up the tube, telling us how hot it is. Pretty ingenious, right? Mercury is also used in fluorescent lights and some electrical switches. Its unique properties make it indispensable for these applications. But remember, safety first. Because mercury can be harmful, we're phasing out its use in many products. Scientists and engineers are constantly working on finding safer alternatives. Mercury is toxic. Here's the thing about mercury, it's toxic. That means it can be harmful to humans and the environment. So we need to treat it with caution and respect. Mercury can enter our bodies through the air we breathe, the food we eat, or even through our skin. Once inside, it can cause all sorts of problems like damage to the brain, kidneys, and nervous system. Not good. That's why it's super important to be careful around mercury. If you ever come across a broken thermometer or other mercury-containing products, don't touch it. Call a grown-up and let them handle it safely. Mercury, a uniquely useful metal. So, there you have it. Mercury is a fascinating and unique metal with a long and storied past. Its ability to remain liquid at room temperature is due to its weak metallic bonding, making it a true marvel of the periodic table. While mercury has played important roles in human history and continues to have some uses today, it's crucial to remember that it can be toxic. We must handle it with care and responsibility, exploring safer alternatives whenever possible. Remember, science is all about discovery and understanding. By learning about the properties of elements like mercury, we can better appreciate the wonders of our world and make informed decisions about their use. Keep those science brains buzzing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe this channel. Like, comment, and share this video.